Hello and welcome to Know Your Representative, the program that bridges the visible gap between lawmakers and their constituents. I am Maria Olashainde. Today on the show, I have the leader of the 10th Senate at the National Assembly and the ranking lawmaker representing Ekiti Central Senatorial District, Senator Michael Opeyemi Bamidele. We'll take a short break and be back soon. Stay with us.
ẹ̀yin ènìyàn rere Ekiti Central Senatorial District bẹ̀ẹ̀ láti Adó Ekiti ìrẹ́pọ̀ ọdún ìfẹ́lódùn Ìjẹ̀rò Ẹ̀fọ̀n àti Ekiti West lójú náà àti láǹfààní ní sísúnmọ́ra ẹni pẹ́kípẹ́kí sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Michael Opeyemi Bamidele MOB kíkálukú lè rọ́nà láti bá sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa tó jẹ́ okun kò tọ́ àti aṣojú tí yóò jẹ́ kérò gba yín ọ̀hún ohun tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ káàkiri constituency yín ó dọ́dọ̀ sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ lásìkò tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ kó lè di ṣíṣe lẹ́yẹ ọ̀sọ́kà ẹ lè kàn sí Honorable Tóyè Àgbájé níjẹ̀rò local government lórí nọ́mbà yìí 080-31-85-96-36 Ekiti West Máyọ̀wá Òjó 070-38-20-54-84 Tèmítáyọ̀ Adétọ́nà ìrẹ́pọ̀ ọdún ìfẹ́lódùn 081-32-62-02-27 Adó local government Honorable Gbénga Bánjí 081-35-49-77-74 ìrọ̀rùn eku ni ìrọ̀rùn ẹyẹ ní Yorùbá ń wí ẹ̀yin alátìlẹ́yìn wa ló jẹ́ ká máa dùn ìrọ̀rùn yín la lọ ṣojú ó ti di dandan kó tẹ̀yìn lọ́wọ́ ìjẹ́ sẹ́nitọ̀ Michael Opeyemi Bamidele MOB lóní èrò sinidé gbọ̀ngàn dẹ̀yìn ẹni sinidé kéré ńlomi yẹ.
Leader of the Senate, Senator Dr. Michael Opeyemi Bamidele, CON, in company of the Olunyi of Ekiti, Oba Deola Adeniyi Ajakaye, and other dignitaries commenced the inspection of his ongoing constituency projects located within Ekiti Central Senatorial District. Some of the projects include the construction of an event center in Ekiti, the construction of 15-kilometer Enye-Lawe Road, construction of the intensive care unit at the General Hospital in Ekiti, the modernization of Olunyi Market, and the construction of administrative blocks at the Government Science College in Ekiti.
Some of the projects we are going to be commissioning in the new year will also include the female hostel that I built for the medical students of the State University, as well as male hostel, also for the medical students, and a number of other projects that have been completed.
There was a bill that was passed recently. There's a school. I think it passed the third reading. So tell us about it.
Well, we have the bill for the establishment of the Federal University of Technology and Environmental Sciences, in Ekiti. And by the grace of God, the bill had passed both the first reading, the second reading, as well as the third reading. The Senate has concluded its work on it, and the bill has just been transmitted to the House of Representatives for its concurrence, because as you know, one bill passed in one chamber will have to go to the other chamber for concurrence. And I'm trusting God that in the new year that will also receive priority attention, in the House of Representatives. And as soon as they finish the process of concurring, with the passage by the Senate, then the bill will be ready to proceed to Mr. President for assent.
But some of your people would ask, why in Ekiti?
I mean, it's a normal question for people to ask. It's also a normal thing for me to do. That's one out of several bills that I have. I have a bill for the establishment of the Institute of Agriculture and Tropical Studies, F1LIA. I have a bill for the upgrading of the College of Health Sciences in Ekiti.
So it will go around the
so there are different bills. This is just one out of several bills.
Okay, so
and there's also a choice, a reason for the choice of Ekiti. We have two different universities in Ekiti, which is the state capital, but the state university as well as Afe Babala University, and we also have the Federal Polytechnic in Ekiti. So part of the whole idea is to spread the various institutions. But everybody will want this to come to his community, so it's normal if some people are asking why in Ekiti, but there are reasons for this.
I hope in Ekiti will not be getting most of the developments more than other part of the central district.
Well, it has never been so, and I don't intend that will ever be the situation. We spread our project as much as possible.
So let's talk about women. What are your plans for women in this 10th Assembly?
Well, we have plans for women just like we have plans for our youth, and we have plans for men. But specifically, women development is part of the major programs that we are attending to, both in terms of ensuring continued empowerment, as we started in the years before, and empowerment, and also trying to ensure that we help sharpen their skills. That's talking about those of them who belong to the informal sector, as much as possible, in ensuring that they are able to, do the best that they can, to build their small-scale economies and survive on such economies. There are also women who are in the formal sector, and there are also women who are professional women. So there are different attitude and different approaches to empowerment of our women, depending on who you are. There are also those of them who belong also to the class that is classified by the World Bank as the poorest of the poor, and we are trying to also integrate them as much as possible in the national social investment programs, of the federal government, and ensure that they benefit as much as possible, like other women from the rest of the country. So different strokes for different categories of our women, depending on what is their status and what is their expectation.
Let me bring you back to Ekiti Central. The season is here, so would you be having meetings with the different leaders in your constituency to now ask them, what do you want, how do you want to do it, what are the things that you actually need, so that you don't take the decision yourselves on the things that you're going to do for them? My
answer to that would be yes, and my explanation would be that even before now and before the commencement of the 2024 budget preparation, I had meetings with my constituents, the party leaders, the community leaders, the religious leaders, the civil society groups, to know, the kind of things they want me to do in the 10th Senate, so that in determining my constituency projects, it will be on need basis. I didn't stop at that. I also, in conjunction with the 2 other senators elected from Ekiti State and 6 House of Reps members elected from the state, sat down with His Excellency, the governor of the state, as well as members of his cabinet, to also determine how we'll be able to collaborate in ensuring continued infrastructural development in the state. So the state government also has its own must-do list, of the kind of project that will really help the communities. And the state government drew up this list based on community engagement too, town hall meetings and other several consultations that they had, with stakeholders within the state. Yes, the state government did this based on their meetings with stakeholders in the state to determine the kind of projects that will help the state. Some areas, it was obvious that what they needed would be solar street lights. In some other areas, it will be motorized borehole because there's critical shortage of potable water. In some other areas, people will need transformers. In some other areas, it will be agricultural inputs, and all that. So different things. And then in the area of health delivery, we also try to see some communities who just want a comprehensive primary health center, while some would need, some additional facilities in their general hospitals or cottage hospitals, and some other hospitals is provision of ambulances, and a lot of these things I did before, and I also intend to do. Some of the things I'll be doing in my central district this year will be the provision of ambulances, of ventilators, which has become very critical, oxygen equipment, surgical equipment of different categories, as well as educational materials. Work by faith and not by sight. If we were to work by sight, everyone would be scared. Going by the skyrocketing prices of food materials and virtually everything in the country, the exchange rate and all the indices, and fundamental that will make it look as if Nigeria is becoming a failed state. There's no doubt in the fact that we have issues to deal with, but I'm also happy that we have a government in place, an administration led by a man who has a scientific understanding of what is wrong and what is to be done. And what is important is for all of us to cooperate, with him and just do our best to ensure that we're able to assist with the renewed hope, of His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I know our tomorrow will be much better than our today.
And that's a good place to end it. Let's keep keeping the faith. Thank you very much, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, for coming on Know Your Representative.
It's my pleasure. And I thank you once again for always being there.
The intensive care unit of the General Hospital in Ekiti will contribute directly to grassroots development by addressing critical health issues prevalent within the community. The building of these units also will help fund outreach programs, health education campaigns, and community engagement activities, empowering individuals to take charge of their well-being and promoting a culture of health and wellness, which also in turn will lead to overall economic growth and prosperity at the grassroots level. The construction of these administrative blocks for the Science College reflects a commitment to creating a modern and progressive educational environment. Senator Bamidele is optimistic that these facilities will not only provide a professional and organized setting for administrative and academic activities, but will also contribute to the college's overall aesthetic appeal. This in turn can positively impact the morale and motivation of both students and faculty, fostering a sense of pride and ownership in their educational institution. The Oluyi market, when completed, will stand as a symbol of collective commitment towards nurturing an environment that empowers local businesses, cultivates economic resilience, and fosters a sense of pride and ownership within the community. As the newly constructed Oluyi market takes shape, The community eagerly anticipates the positive impact it will have on economic growth, entrepreneurship, and community well-being, shaping a brighter future for generations to come. The construction of this 15-kilometer Inyilawe road for the good of the citizens cannot be overemphasized. Investment in the road is an investment in the well-being, connectivity, and prosperity of communities, and this will pave the way for a better quality of life, enhanced economic opportunities, and improved social well-being for citizens, thereby fostering a brighter and more prosperous community. The Senate has passed a bill sponsored by the leader of the Senate, Opeyemi Bamidele, for the establishment of the Federal University of Technology and Environmental Sciences in Ekiti. The bill's passage followed the consideration and adoption of the reports of the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TET Fund at plenary. Some senators commended the leader for sponsoring the bill and spoke on the essence while they are supporting the bill.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, this bill seeks to establish the Federal University of Technology and Environmental Sciences in Ekiti State, and make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration. The establishment of this institution is informed by the imperative to create more access to university education in view of the large number of qualified candidates who are annually stranded in their failed attempt in gaining admission into the university in the southwest geopolitical zone. The objects of the university shall be to A, encourage the advancement of learning and to hold out to all persons without distinction of race, creed, sex, or political conviction the opportunity of acquiring higher and liberal education. B, provide courses of instruction and other facilities for the pursuit of learning in all its branches, and to make those facilities available on proper terms to such persons as are equipped to benefit from them. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, this bill is well organized for its very own purpose of a modern academic and research institution.
Investment in education, human capacity development, is the only investment that is transgenerational in terms of benefits, in terms of its positive effect on society, and in terms of upliftment of the human capacity. from generation to generation. So I commend this.
And I stand here to support the bill for two reasons. First, it's a worthwhile bill. Technology and environmental sciences are very important, in fact, very crucial for any country, especially these days in the 21st century.
I also congratulate our Senate leader for bringing up this bill. By the way, I think we also need to appreciate that the industry in the Ekiti State is education. And I think it's standard that you have professors from Ekiti State. So I therefore want to plead that we should allow this bill to pass so that we can continue to develop Ekiti State as the basket of education in our country.
Human development, human capital is number one now as we speak in the whole world. So having more university is always good. The more the merrier. So thank you very much, and let me put the question. Those in favor of the bill, please say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The Senate leader, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, attended the 2023 Ekiti Day celebration at his hometown, where he played the role of eminent host of the occasion. Illustrious sons and daughters of Ekiti attended the event, which includes the former First Lady of Ogun State, Mrs. Olufunso Amosun, former Nigerian ambassador to the Netherlands, Dr. Eniola Ajayi, and former Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otunbaniyi Adebayo, amongst other dignitaries. Ekiti Day has come and gone, but tremendous success of the day can never be forgotten in a hurry. Addressing journalists during the event, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele speaks on the significance of the day.
Don't talk of a community without talking about its own people, the illustrious sons and daughters of Ekiti and their friends. Our friends from around the country came together to do what happened today, and I'm glad. And I know that I'm not only doing this in Ekiti, I'm also encouraging every other town within my senatorial district to do this. I have a total of 37 towns within Ekiti Central Senatorial District. In August this year, even though I was not personally present, I was the chief host of Ujiroko, which was meant for Ado Ekiti community, and I participated very actively. And I was financially involved. My friends were also involved, and we are doing this in some other towns. So I just want to say that for me, it's part of a way of giving back to the system.
We want to let all other distinguished senators in the National Assembly to be aware that the only way we can get to be loved by the community we serve, by our constituency, by our district, is by doing what we say, by practicing inclusive leadership. God will continue to be with you. Lions International District 404 B2 Nigeria is presenting the humanitarian personality of the year 2023. We can't have any other one this year. Congratulations to an amiable philanthropist who is changing the world for the best, distinguished Senator Michael Opeyemi Bamidele, Senate Majority Leader of the 10th Assembly, National Assembly, Abuja, Nigeria.
The task of the leaders is to get their people from where they are to where they've not been. How do we hold our leaders accountable in the business of lawmaking and representation?
The mandate that you have given to us is not abuse in any way.
The primary purpose of government is to ensure the welfare and security of the Nigerian people.
Constituency project had noble intentions, and they still remain the most veritable tool.
Do they really know their representatives at the states and national assemblies?
Our people, they don't have water, they are suffering. They only drink water from where rain fall.
For the current one, the 10th Assembly, I don't really know who is in charge.
From the mountaintops to the deepest valleys, we're ready to go an extra mile just to show Nigerian your constituency project. Know your representative with Maria, bridging the visible gap.